excited. I'm excited. So David Herrera has agreed to accompany me on this opening song. Here we go. Groovin on a Sunday afternoon. Really couldn't get away too soon. I can't imagine anything that's better. The world is ours whenever we're together. There ain't a place I'd rather be instead of grooving down a crowded avenue, doing anything we like to do. There's always lots of things that we can see. We can be anything we like to be. That would be ecstasy, endlessly grooving. Welcome to Groovin on a Sunday in Shelburne Falls, the debut Groovin on a Sunday here in Western Massachusetts. I'm so excited and delighted to be starting this here because it was something that I did in Manhattan for 10 years, and I miss it. You know, it's this idea of bringing musicians and artists together with local people here who will come and enjoy each other and meet each other, and it's a matter of community, finding community within music, and it just gives me I have a lot of gratitude that this is happening, and that when I put out the word to people, they said, sure, I'll do that, and I'm just absolutely delighted that I have just fine. Thank you, Davis Bates, Abbracci, Libero. Am I saying that correctly? Okay, I took Latin in high school, so I'm just trying. And David Herrera, and myself. So anyway, that would be ecstasy. You and me endlessly. Groovin on a Sunday All right, so now I get to sit down. David's enough? Yes, it's a good day for singing a song, and it's a good day for moving along. A good day, how could anything go wrong? A good day from morning to night. A good day for shining your shoes, and it's a good day for losing the blues. A good day and nothing to lose. A good day from morning to night. I said to the sun, good morning, sun, rise and shine today. You know you gotta get up going if you're gonna make a showing, and you know you got the right way, 'cause it's a good day for paying your bills, and it's a good day for losing your ills. Deep breath and throw away your pills. A good day from morning to night. I said to the sun, good morning, sun, rise and shine today. You know you gotta get up going if you're gonna make a showing, and you know you got the right way, 'cause it's a good day for singing a song, and it's a good day for moving along. A good day, a good day, how could anything go wrong? A good day from morning to night. A good day from morning to night. A good day from morning to night. Thank you. How could anything go wrong? And it's a good day. This is a really good day for us to get together once a month for a variety show. And There is quite a bit of variety on our program today, and I'm very excited to invite Robin to come on up here from Just Fine, thank you. Isn't that a great name? Isn't that a great name for a band? Just Fine, thank you. So I'm going to take my music and let's welcome Robin.
Okay. I would like to sing you 2 original songs today. I've been writing songs inspired by Greek mythology of late. And the first one is about Echo and Narcissus. Echo having been cursed to only repeat things that others have said, and falling in love with Narcissus, who has fallen in love with his own face in the reflection. This is called The Tale of Echo. His eyes were the blue of the sky. My story is sad to tell, the victim of a spell. We fell in love with the same guy. His perfection made me sigh, his reflection made him cry. I waited and stayed while the days went by. He was mean, I didn't care. I can't explain, you had to be there. We fell in love with the same guy. I used to be a clever girl. Never could I not find the words I could talk all day to anyone, but my power came unseated, struck dumb, but I repeated his stunningly conceited words of love. Oh, my story is sad to tell, the victim of a spell. Remember me when you yell. It was magic, that's undisputed. It was tragic, I'll tell you why. We fell in love, we fell in love, we fell in love with the same stupid guy. Thank you. Okay, so the second one is about Medusa and Perseus. Medusa, after she's been turned into a gorgon and exiled to an island, and Perseus, who is coming to cut her head off. It's called Medusa's Blues. Man who wanted to use me. You're not the first to to confuse me, I'm gonna keep my head. You'll find the joke's on you instead, 'cause I'm a monster, and I'll give you something to ponder. I will never be your trophy. The hero is what you're supposed to be, and everyone knows what happened to me. You better sail away as fast as you can. After all, you're just a man. I know you think you're clever. I think you'd be better off at the bottom of the sea. And don't come around here bothering me. I'm a monster, gonna own you, gonna stone you, and I will never be never ever be your trophy. If I have time, I'll do one more. This is a traditional tune that's called, goes by Spanish Fandango. goodness.
Would you mind?
Oh, no.
So while you're thinking about that, where can we see you again?
Oh, I will be here July 7th.
July 7th.
With my
she'll be
band.
back with her
It's part of my
band.
band.
Yeah, Dave Pratt will be here with the thing, percussion with Robin. So do keep checking. You can follow on Facebook, and also I have a web page, waterstreetbarn.org. You can follow up on what's going on.
Yes.
That's definitely.
And our website is justfinethankyouband.com.
Yeah,
Follow us there too.
Great.
yeah, absolutely. And let me just remind everybody, there are some snacks over here, and there's seltzer and water, and Capri Suns in that little mini fridge.
Well, this is usually a song for winter, but being in a barn and everything, it just reminds me of like a barn dance. So this is called the Dance Hall Shuffle, and it's a tune by Clifford Hayes, and the words are by Del Rey. Up in the northern latitudes, gray skies dull your attitudes. Now's no time to weep and moan. Life's too short to stay at home. There's a lot of fellas in this world spend their time wondering why they can't get a girl. Things will be different when you learn how to twirl those girls with the dance hall shuffle. You don't need to worry about what to say. You could get dressed up any old way. Quit your job and lay around the house all day. First learn the dance hall shuffle. You'll find romance when you learn how to dance. My advice is gonna change your luck, and then you'll Charleston. The girls will all smile when you walk through that door. They can tell a fella who can count to 4. You're gonna wonder how you made it before you learned that dance hall shuffle.
Hi everybody, I'm Dave, yes, and yeah, that's BowTie Studios right over there. It's my little shop. And yeah, I do a lot of music stuff around. The closest open mic that I do here is actually in Belchertown. That's on Wednesday nights at the VFW in Belchertown. And the other one that I do is every Friday night, and that's in Gilbertville. And for those of you who don't know where Gilbertville is, it's a tiny town about this big. It's part of Hardwick, Massachusetts, which is a little more well known, but it's about this big. But it's actually one of the largest open mics in western and central Massachusetts right now. That tiny, tiny little brewery at Lost Towns Brewing. But if you have any questions about it, feel free to ask me. It's open to families, all ages, and all types of music, poetry. We've had comedians. It's been great. So yeah, feel free to talk to me about it later. Now I have to figure out what I'm going to play. see you standing over there, between those skin-tight jeans, silver smiling, long blonde hair, devil's horns, angel wings. You're my midlife crisis, baby. Make my heart stop every time. Though you'll never know it, maybe, in my dreams I'll make you mine. He's got his arms around you, loving every second of your years. And who can blame him, darling? Don't get much better for him than this. You're my midlife crisis, baby. Make my heart stop every time. Though you'll never know it, baby, in my dreams I'll make you mine. Say goodbye. My soul just dies within me, with your arms around that guy. You're my midlife crisis, baby. Make my heart stop every time. Though you'll never know it, baby, in my dreams I'll make you mine. Though you'll never know it, baby, in my dreams I'll make you mine. Whoops, wrong one. I screwed that up left and right. Woo! Forget that and pretend that didn't happen. Thank you. I just played the ending to a different song. Sorry. That was actually this one. Sugar's on my lips. Oh man, hang on. Now I'm all screwed up. I'm just gonna start that over. I look cool though, right? Yeah. Sugar's on my lips. Oh man, you know what? I can't remember. I wrote the song, and like now it's just gone. It's just completely gone from my brain. Oh well, this is nice.
No, it's there somewhere.
Yeah, no. Then the dusty part in the back that I don't access. That's what it is. I'll go the other direction. Thank God for the rain. Helps me hide my tears. Thank God for the rain. Helps me soothe my fears. Yeah, my baby gonna let me. She let me cry in here. Please, rain, keep on falling and hiding my bleeding soul. left me. And she let me cry down on the floor. I said, thank God for the rain. Helps me high, helps me out of my tears. Yeah, I said, thank God for the rain, 'cause my baby ain't here. Yeah, I said, my baby gonna love me. She let me cry. Yeah, I said, my baby gonna love me. She let me cry. No. Gee.
Oh, yeah.
Here. So I play the blues, in case you didn't pick that up. One more?
Sure.
All right. Kiss me like you do. Drive me crazy. But you put me through. Let's get ready for a good time. Yeah, I said put that smile on. Let me love you tonight. I wanna hold you, make you say my name. I wanna squeeze you, play that game. It's time for you and me to make it right. Yeah, I said put that smile on. Let me love you tonight. Let me be your man. It's all of you and me. Now, ooh, to make it right. Yeah, I said put that smile on. Let me love you tonight. Yeah, I said put that smile on.
used to tell people that the only thing I take really seriously is being silly. And I had this thing with my daughter when she was younger, because I was too silly for her. And we worked out this agreement that when she wanted me to be serious, she would just look at me and say, "Dad, I need you to be serious." We figured this out when she was 4. And she's still doing it. And I could often be serious for a half an hour if I worked at it. I wasn't going to tell this story, but Robin, your dancing song reminded me of the time my mom got me to take dancing lessons. I came home from my first day at 6th grade. Sudbury was this weird town in a lot of ways, but they had 5 elementary schools that were grades 1 through 5, and then they took all the 6th graders and they put them in one school for a year, and then they all went to 7th grade. It made a little bit of sense. And the first day of classes in 6th grade, I was just this new school. I come home on the bus, I get off the bus, I've got my books, I come inside, and my mom says, "Put your books away, you're going to dancing lessons." And I looked at her and I said, "What?" And she said, "You're going to dancing lessons. I signed you up. It's at the church. You know the church you go to." "Mom, you didn't talk to me about this. You signed me. I'm not going. I'm not going. You signed me up for dancing lessons without talking to me. There's no way I'm going to go." And she looked at me and she said, "Bill Crookshank's going." Bill was my best friend. I said, "Really?" "Yeah. I can't believe it. Bill's going?" "Yeah, he's expecting to see you there. He's going to be really disappointed." "Oh, Bill's going. Okay, all right. I guess I'll go. If he's going, I'll go. That's fine." Put my books away, got in the car. I found out later from Bill that he came home from school, walked in the door, and his mom said, "Put your books away. You're going to dancing lessons." And he said, "No, I'm not going." And she said, "Davis is going." And he said, "Okay." And what reminded me of this story is, it was actually kind of fun. It was ballroom dancing for the first 45 minutes, and then the next 15 minutes, the guy would put on these rock and roll records, and we'd learn like the swim, and the monkey, and the twist. And we just had this great time. It was really, really fun. And I learned how to dance. And then 7th grade happened, and we had our first 7th grade dance. And there was a band up there, and there were about 50 guys leaning on the stage, watching the band and trying to pretend it wasn't a dance, because they didn't know what to do. And all the guys who'd been to that class, we knew. And we danced. We were kind of weirdly popular at that thing. And except for the one thing, they got to the slow dances, and we knew how to do slow dances, but there were teachers going around with a foot-long ruler to keep you that far apart, and you could not do the dances we were taught a foot apart from each other. And we tried to, but they didn't care. So my mom got me to go to dancing lessons. My mom also taught me this song, which I'd forgotten about till a few years ago. I got hired to do spring songs and stories. Rain stories they wanted me to do, because it happens to rain in the spring. And I knew a couple of rain stories, and a couple I could maybe make work. And I was driving there, and I was thinking, that's not going to take up all that much time. And then I thought, oh, wait, there's the song my mom used to sing. And it is like those things that get stuck in the cobwebs in the back of your head. Occasionally there were things that will jog them loose, and they come fluttering to the front of your head. And so I remembered the song, and I sang it that time for the first time in like 35, 40 years. It's a really easy song. I'm going to teach it to you, even if you know it, because it's kind of my job. The first line goes like this. If all the raindrops were lemon drops and gumdrops. Try that part. Ready? Here we go. If all the raindrops were lemon drops and gumdrops. The next line goes, oh, what a rain that would be. Try that. Oh, what a rain that would be. The next line goes, I'd stand outside with my mouth open wide. Try that. I'd stand outside with my mouth open wide. Now, this is where we tend to lose people, but nobody's going to see you do this.
Okay.
I'll prove it to you. Look straight up at the ceiling. Yeah. Can you see anybody?
No.
No. That means they can't see you. I learned this playing hide and seek when I was a kid in the neighborhood. There were like 25 kids who lived in the neighborhood, and we all played hide and seek at the Blanchette's house because they had 7 kids. It was not fair to move them anywhere. Plus, they had a whole bunch of good hiding places in their yard. And the way it worked was, if you were under 4, you hid with somebody who was over 12. Because they could help you find a really good hiding place. Plus, if you were caught, the 12-year-old would pick you up and run like heck back to goal to get there before the person who had caught you was it. And then you'd be safe, right? Then if you were 4, you hid by yourself. And you had to count to 100 to be it. It's where I learned to count to 100 really fast. You know, it's like, 1 is up there, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 100, right? That's how it works. And people had to hide by that time, and they knew it. So I got to 100. I took my hands off my eyes. I was it. And I looked, and there was this girl who had just turned 4 the week before. And she was standing 10 feet away from me with her hands over her eyes. And I looked at her and I said, I can see you. And she went, no, I can't. Yeah, I can see you. You're standing there with your hands over your eyes. No, you can't see me at all. Why can't I see you? I can't see you, so you can't see me. So I said, okay. And I went to look for people who I can see. Do you know she stood there for 3 hours with her hands over her eyes and nobody ever found her? Because we were kind of nice kids. So nobody's going to see you do this. That was a little side trip. Look straight up in the air, open your mouth, stick your tongue out and go like this. Okay, let's try it. Here we go. And the last line you already know. It goes, if all the raindrops were lemon drops and gumdrops, oh, what a rain that would be. Now, this is where we put it all together, okay? String it all together. Here we go. If all the raindrops were lemon drops and gumdrops, oh, what a rain that would be. I'd stand outside with my mouth open wide. If all the raindrops were lemon drops and gumdrops, oh, what a rain that would be. Thank you. And my mom actually passed away last summer, and you know, it's a weird thing where I do miss her a little bit, you know, because I can't just call her up like I used to every week. But every time I sing that song, she's there, you know. So in a way, my mom's still sticking around. There was this thing last. I was shoveling the driveway. I didn't get to do it much last year for some reason, last winter. And in the spring, we had one of those snowstorms where I shovel a driveway just because there's enough snow to do it. And I was shoveling, and I looked up, and there was this bird on the tree that I'd never seen before. It kind of looked like a flicker or a downy woodpecker or a hairy woodpecker, but it wasn't like the right color. It was mostly brown with like yellow flecks on its belly. And I thought, wait, is that one of those? Because I'd heard about this bird from my mom. And I went inside and I looked it up, and it was. When my mom loved bird watching when she moved back to Massachusetts from Alabama, and she would look out the kitchen window and see a bird, and she'd go, I wonder what that is. And my dad, who was at the kitchen table, would always say, it's a yellow-bellied sapsucker. She'd go, no, it's not. And she'd look it up, and there wasn't a yellow-bellied sapsucker. And then one time, he said, it's a yellow-bellied sapsucker. She said, that is not a yellow-bellied sapsucker. There's no such thing as a yellow-bellied sapsucker. And so she went to get her book, she looked it up. It was a yellow-bellied sapsucker. So when I looked up that bird I saw, it was a yellow-bellied sapsucker. And I couldn't call my mom and say, hey mom, I saw a yellow-bellied sapsucker. So I just went back out, I looked up in the air, and I said, hey mom, I saw a yellow-bellied sapsucker. And I smiled. And I thought, she's probably smiling too. That's okay. Now, this song is also silly. I think I'm going to be... My daughter decided to count the number of bad jokes I made in a day. This is another side trip. When she was 3 years old. You know, we're brushing teeth at night, the way you do with kids that young. And we're at the stage where she'd learned how to brush her teeth, so I would brush my teeth at the same time just to be fair. And we all get done. We she didn't like to watch me spit water out of my mouth, so I did it first, and she closed her eyes, and then she did it, and I closed my eyes. And then we finished doing that. She said, Dad, and I said, what? Tomorrow we should count the number of bad jokes you make. I said, really? Yeah. Okay, that's fine. And I have to be there when you make the joke. Okay, for it to count. Okay. And she said, Dad, I said, what? She said, the first bad joke you say is the second bad joke. Why? Because the first bad joke is you getting up in the morning. I thought that was really good for a 3-year-old to think of. So this song is a little bit silly. I learned it at Hampshire College, which is where I went to college. It still exists, for those of you who are worried about it. We're working our way out of it. It's going okay. But it's one of the few things I learned at Hampshire that I still use a lot. So I like to use it as often as possible, besides how to learn things. Hampshire taught me that really well. It's one of the best places for learning that. This song was sung by a guy named Michael Cooney in one of the center room donuts. It's actually an apartment. It's not actually a donut. But it's kind of roundish, so they called it a donut. And they had a center room upstairs in the middle where they'd sometimes have concerts. And Michael Cooney did this song. It's the easiest chorus you'll ever learn. And it reminds me of my grandfather, which is why I'm singing it too. I'm going to tell a story about my grandfather afterwards. Your part in this song is the sound you make when you're eating watermelon. If you're not shy. Just like that, okay? On the count of 3, there's safety in numbers. Again, we're all going to do this. I'm going to move my arm like this. When you see my arm start to move, start the sound. Rehearsal is really good for stuff like this. And when I touch my knee, we'll all stop. Okay, here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3. That was good. I could hear you, which is not always the case. But this is the sweetest watermelon you have ever tasted. So do not be shy. On the count of 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, good. Now every time I make that motion, we'll do that sound. This is actually the song the mice sing in my garden every summer. You have to stay up late to hear them and be able to translate mouse, but just take my word for it. This is what they sing. You can plant a watermelon up above our house and let the juice seep through. You can plant a watermelon up above our house, that's all we ask of you. Chocolate chip cookies, they taste mighty fine. Nothing's quite as sweet as a watermelon vine. You can plant a watermelon up above our house and let the juice seep through. That's it. It's very short. And that song reminds me of my grandfather, my mom's dad, Grandpa Allen, because he is the one who taught me how to spit Watermelon seeds. You know, this is a lesson parents often neglect to teach their children for a variety of reasons. And then grandparents come along, and we were having watermelon. This is like the first time I remember having watermelon. My son, the first time he had watermelon, he was just barely walking, and it was summer and hot, so he was just wearing a diaper. And he picked up the piece of watermelon, took a bite out of it, and got this big grin on his face. And he liked it so much, he wanted it to get inside of him as quickly as possible. So he took it and started rubbing it up and down his chest and his stomach to push it through. And it didn't quite work the way he intended. So we had to hose him off afterwards. My reaction to it was not the same. This was back when watermelon had seeds. You know, nowadays you'll get a watermelon at the store, and you cut it open, it's got these little white things inside that are dreaming of becoming seeds. But they're never going to make it. So I took my first bite of watermelon, and it was half seeds. You know, like, you've seen those wedges, right? And you remember them where there's like 12 seeds in the top little corner, and you take the bite, and now you've got these seeds in your mouth. And the watermelon, so I was trying to move the seeds to one side of my mouth, and the watermelon to the other side of my mouth, so I could swallow the watermelon without swallowing the seeds, because I had been told by a kid in the neighborhood that if you swallowed a watermelon seed, that would grow into a watermelon inside your stomach, and I did not want that to happen. So finally, I got all the seeds to one side of my mouth, and the watermelon the other. So I spit out the seeds, and swallowed the watermelon. And my grandfather looked over at me and he said, you know, you can spit those up in the air. Really? Yeah, I'll show you. Immediately my mom and my grandmother got up from the table. And they went in the kitchen because they knew what was going to happen. Now, you do not actually spit watermelon seeds. You blow them with air. Like your mouth is a blowgun. You get one seed on the tip of your tongue, right? And you put the tongue behind your lower lip, make an O like this, and then blow air out, and the seed will be propelled. And my grandfather was really good at it. And he taught me how to be really good at it. And we both got so good at it, we were getting watermelon seeds stuck on the ceiling, which was cool. It's probably another reason my mom and my grandmother went out to the kitchen. And my grandfather, just the week before, had been teaching me about constellations. So we started making constellations on the ceiling. The Big Dipper, the Little Dipper, Cassiopeia, Orion, the Gemini twins. We had this great time. I probably ate 4 pieces of watermelon more than I would have if we hadn't getting all these seeds stuck to the ceiling. And finally, I was so full. You know that feeling? Where you cannot fit another thing inside your body or you'll explode. And I said, Grandp, I'm full. I can't eat any watermelon. Can I be excused? And he looked at me and he said, wait a minute. Before you go, we got to clean up after ourselves or your grandmother's going to kill me. I said, I can't reach that high. He said, here. And he handed me a little paper cup, you know, those paper Dixie cups with the riddles or dinosaurs on them. And I said, I still can't reach the cup. It's not going to do me any good. He said, wait, I'll help you. And he grabbed me around the waist, and he picked me up in the air. And when he picked me up, between his height and my height, I could reach the seeds on the ceiling. And it was fun, you know, sometimes cleaning up is fun. And I was taking the seeds off of the ceiling, putting them in the cup, going plink, plink, plink. It was really fun. I got them all down. Finally, I said, Grandpa, I'm all done. He said, good. He put me down. I put the cup on the table, and I ran outside to do something. I cannot remember what. And I am 69 years old. I can still remember what it felt like to be lifted up in the air by my grandfather. And I will never, ever forget that. That's the story. The shameless plug part, you want me to do that?
Yeah, please.
I do have a lot of performances, but you just go to davisbates.com. I was lucky enough to get my domain name because I started earlier. And there's a calendar there, so you can see where I'm going to be.
And
Excellent,
Thank
thank you
you.
so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, so we are Abbracci Libero. So I have a difficult name, Evelyn MacDougall, so I thought, let's have a duo name that's difficult. No, so it means, it's Italian for free hugs.
Oh,
And
it's
there's Abbracci Libero. Yeah, we will not bring you through the whole process of how we came up with our
You don't have to share. It's okay.
I'm Evelyn MacDougall, this is John Clark, which is such a simple name. It's
Yeah.
lovely. John Clark. Oh, I used to dream about that. So we're gonna do 2 songs in a row. We didn't plan it, but they're both about people in cars, but they're very different. The first one's called Long Ride Home by Patty Griffin, and she's a brilliant songwriter, and she tells 40 years worth of a story in just a few lines. Long black limousine, shiniest car I've ever seen. Backseat is nice and clean. She rides as quiet as a dream. Someone dug a hole 6 long feet in the ground. I said goodbye to you, and I threw my roses down. Ain't nothing left at all in the end of being proud. With me riding in this car, and you flying through them clouds. I've had some time to think about it, and watch the sun sink like a stone. I've had some time to think about you on the long ride home. One day I took your hand, put your finger in the wedding band. Your dad gave the piece of land. We made ourselves the best of plans. 40 years go by, someone laying in your bed. 40 years of saying things you wish you'd never said. How hard would it have been to say some kinder words instead? I wonder as I stare up at the sky turning red. I've had some time to think about it, and watch the sun sink like a stone. I've had some time to think about you on the long ride home. Headlights searching down the driveway. The house is dark as it can be. I go inside, now it's silent and seems as empty as the inside of me. I've had some time to think about it, and watch the sun sink like a stone. I've had some time to think about you on the long, 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 right home. So sad, like he just never really appreciated her till she was gone. I
You're going to play the French horn then. So John Clark is a world-renowned jazz French horn player. Look him up on Wikipedia. He's played with everybody. Gail Evans, Miles Davis, Charles Mingus, all the greats. And now he's playing with me, which blows my mind. It's like hard to believe. So this next tune is so apropos for New England, where someone will say, oh yeah, so just, come to our farm, or come to our little festival, and so take a left at Baptist Corner Road, and right, and you go 2 miles, and then you see the sun, and you're like, whoa, 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 whoa. I don't have GPS, I don't have a cell phone, so I'm always like, okay, then, wait, what, that one? At the pond? What? So I love this tune by Ann Hills, which is called Follow That Road. And it features John Clark on French horn. So it tells the directions for how to get to this person's house in all 4 seasons. And there's a part for you, you'll hear, the chorus comes around and it's very singable. And you've already proven that you can sing, and you don't have to look up and stick your tongue out. But you can. Unless you want to. Unless you want to. If you're coming in the summer, you'd be better to split off on 35. There's a Starlight Drive-in movie on your left, just beyond the county line. Right after that, you'll see 2 silos. One is silver, one is blue. About a 1/4 mile further, make a left onto Highway 42. Then follow that road. Cornfields as far as you can see. Follow that road. Back through time, back through distance, back to me. So every chorus has some seasonal thing. So it's cornfields, then sugar maples, then snowdrifts, and then wildflowers. But it always goes, follow that road, cornfields. Cornfields as far as you can see. Follow that road. Follow that road, back through time. Back through time, back through distance, back to me. You're old pros already. If you're driving by in autumn, you should follow up the river to Bear Lake. That's the time to see the colors. There's an old covered bridge you'll want to take. Late at night, be careful. Be sure to look for deer out on the road. And if it's early in the morning, sometimes it gets foggy, take it slow. Here come the sugar maples. But follow that road. Sugar maples far as you can see. Follow that road. Back through time, back through distance, back to me. Stop by for just a day. There's that tiny little road that no one knows about. It's safe to go that way. It's up between two fields, so the sunlight melts the ice by afternoon. You'll see two houses by the field. Someone's always there. If not, he'll be back soon. Snow drifts, but follow that road. Snow drifts as far as you can see. Follow that road, back through time, back through distance, back to me. Now my challenge is to do this last one without weeping. You'll remember in the springtime how the puddles looked like pieces of the sky, falling down by the roadside to delight any stranger passing by. The softness of the grass on Raven Hill, where we counted stars all night. You must know how much I miss you, and that any way you get here is all right. Wildflowers, but follow that road. Wildflowers as far as you can see. Just follow that road, back through time, back through distance, back to me. Follow that road. Oh, follow that road. Oh, follow that road.
Actually, you know, if you go to YouTube and just type in Abbracci Libero, you will see some really beautiful videos of people in
Of
Italy.
actual, yeah.
Yeah.
What will you see?
Abbracci, Libero, you'll see, okay, so.
Is
this
it Abbracci?
Abbracci, like, hugs,
Right.
yeah.
Okay,
So like,
Abbracci.
like abrazos in Espanol. Here's the Cliff Notes version of the story of it. So we will not tell you the 400 names that we decided not to call. No. But one day, after living in the valley for over 35 years, I had to do it. I tried never to do it, but I had to do it. I had to go to the Holyoke Mall. I'd gotten that far, and then there was.
And you did go for 35 years, that's great.
There were 3 things that I needed that I could either order online, which I tend not to do, or I could go to the mall. You want to have your mind messed with, go to a mall. They're all zombies. And they're buying things. That's really bizarre. So I said to John, this is really bizarre. I think we should come back with our instruments sometimes and play music and put out a sign that says free hugs. And he goes, what? I said, oh, you haven't seen the free hugs videos online? He goes, no, what are the free? So we went back to his house and we Googled free hugs. I do this.
Yeah.
And you will get a hanky though. I'm a weeper, but anyway, you see, like at first, so this was in Italy, but there are videos from all over. And so someone was holding a sign that said, Abbracci Libero, free hugs. And at first people are just like, ooh, okay, just keep walking. But then like the first person goes, okay, fine. And then it just turns, have you seen these? They're so beautiful. If you start feeling like the world is a, pardon mon français, shitstorm, go to the free hugs. Okay. Anyway, that's why we named our duo. And we give free hugs.
Oh, good. You need this.
But not right now, because we're gonna play. Oh yeah. So we're gonna do a series of very short tunes from France, Sweden, the Celtic regions, jazz,
Oh, wonderful.
Mozart.
Great.
Okay,
But this is so cool.
you ready? Abbracci, Libero, live.
3 times, right?
Yes, you do the melody first. Yeah. To tune a violin and a French horn, so thank you for your love and patience. All right, let's go to Sweden. Can you say it? And it is so popular in Sweden and consequently in other places in the world that there is another song that was written after this that it's, I don't know the Swedish for it, but it basically means, aren't you sick of your debilotting? True story. True story. My family is from Quebec, and my tante Gertrude and mon oncle Fernand of Saint-Onge used to play at dances, like in the 1940s and 50s. I came along in the 60s, but they weren't doing dances anymore, but they were still playing our enormous family parties. My mom's the youngest of 10. So I do a lot of traditional music, and I always think of that when I do it. So this is called Kitchen Girls, which is not from Quebec, but there are girls in the kitchen in Quebec. We tend to take this too fast. So.
Not too fast, huh?
True confessions, we tend to take this. And then, like, if we get bored with it, we can speed it up. But let's not start fast, okay? Is everybody on with that? 1, 2, 3, 4.
is not too fast.
I know, we should put that on all our songs. Let me say, I don't want to take up too much time. Should we skip to Autumn Leaves? How are we for time?
I don't know, how are we for time?
I don't know, how are we for time?
How are we for time?
No
That's a great
hail,
song.
no hail, no tornadoes, so I say
Yeah?
go for another song.
Let's switch to Autumn Leaves.
Okay.
And do, yeah. Okay, so now we're gonna go back to the French horn.
Okay.
So, Autumn Leaves is a jazz standard.
Love it.
Les Feuilles d'Automne, my mom.
Yeah, pull us on.
Les Feuilles
Yeah,
d'Automne.
that's great.
And John Clark and I met through this song. We were each playing at a memorial service for a fabulous man named Les Pavlov. Some of you may know Les Pavlov. He's now deceased, but he was a dear friend of each of us, but we didn't know each other. And then Susie Pavlov, Les's widow, asked me to play violin, viola, and accordion at his memorial service. And she said, can you play klezmer, because he was Jewish. I used to play with the whole Snow Klezmer band, even though I'm completely not Jewish. I just love the music. So she said, play klezmer, jazz, Irish, and classical. I said, wow, okay, fine, yeah, I can do that. But jazz, I didn't grow up with jazz. My parents were both classical musicians professionally, so I'm like, I can probably pull off Autumn Leaves. So there I am, solo violin at this thing, and here's like a world-renowned guy who I've never heard of, and he's there, and he picks up his horn and he starts to play with me. And I thought, oh, thank God. Oh, thank God. This is so much better. So we do this.
I get confused about the key, and sometimes I start playing in the wrong
You
key.
can't believe what this guy can.
Trust me, I will find the right key at some point.
He's my hero because he'll look at something and he'll say, yeah, yeah, yeah. And the whole time he's playing, he's transposing.
Oh, really?
Yes,
Oh my
musicians.
gosh.
He's like, okay, so I just need to play everything up a third, which I'm going, what?
Yeah.
And of
Okay.
course, we'll end on a little Mozart.
Fun's over. Now we're gonna stand up straight and wear tails and tuxedos.
We are both refugees from the classical music world.
Ah,
We
yes.
survived.
Yes.
And I want to say that what you're doing here not only really echoes what my people have done, well, our people, because we're both Canadian, have done for centuries, but also after you mentioned Pete Seeger being played by who? Edward Norton?
Edward Norton, in a movie.
In a movie coming up, a biopic about Bob Dylan. I was sitting there doing my sewing and I remembered this is the 30th anniversary for me of when I performed at Lincoln Center with Pete.
Really?
Outdoors at the Damrosch Park. And Pete had this, he calls me up always too late, calls me, I go to bed at 8:30, but he would call me often at night and he would say, I have an idea. We're gonna do this thing, we're gonna have a festival of choruses at Damrosch Park at Lincoln Center, and we're gonna get choruses from all over the city, all over New York City, and you guys, meaning the chorus that I directed, which used to be called the Mandla and is now called Fiery Hope. And he said, all right, here's a date, blah, 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 blah. And he stayed up all night. There's a chapter about this in my book, actually, because this was such an amazing story. Pete Seeger stayed up all night to the horror of his long-suffering wife, Toshi, making a banner that was like 20 feet long on sticks so that everyone in the 4,000 person audience could sing the chorus to De Colores.
Oh, wow.
And so I get, our bus pulls into New York City, and I go, Pete, you don't look so good, man. Right? He goes, I've been up all night making this banner. So what you're doing here in beautiful downtown Shelburne Falls really is so in step with what I think is going to save our world. Yeah, pretty much. So thank you, Pete would be 105 were he alive, but he's here. Just as Davis was saying.
It'd be 105?
He'd be 105. Kidding. Here we go. But Mozart would be a lot older than that.
Yeah, really.
All right, you play the guitar?
Yep, A, B, B.
Abbracci.
A different band that I play in called Forest Avenue will be at a part of the Porch Fest at the Red Dahlia Cafe at 2 o'clock on Sunday the 14th. And then
Next Sunday, I'll be with the uncles at Floodwater, and maybe we'll ask Ev to come and sit in on a tune or two.
oh, I didn't know about that. Okay.
I didn't
And
do
then, John Clark flies off to Italy to do his Italian tour. Then he comes back, then he goes to Austria to do his Austrian tour. So here he is catching while he's here. Thanks, everybody.
So we have one more thing to do.
All right, so yeah, Anne chose this song for us to finish up the show with, and it's a Wonderful World, written by Weiss and Thiel and made very famous by the Louis Armstrong. All right, we're in the key of F. Anybody paying attention? I see trees of green, red roses too. I see blue for me and you. I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies blue, clouds of white. Bright blessed day, dark sacred night, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They really say, I love you. I hear babies cry, I watch them grow. They're much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
Nicely done. Thank you, Dave. Thank you, Dave.
Again, everybody, thank you very much for coming to the very first Groovin On A Sunday here in Shelburne Falls, hosted by Anne McCormack. Everybody give Anne a round of applause. And don't forget to check out Water Street Pond on all social medias and the website to see all the really cool stuff coming up really, really soon.